Hey guys, it's Gabriel. In the last video you guys saw the experience that we had going through my grandmother's funeral. It was definitely an emotional ride. For those of you that did watch the entire thing, I just wanted to say thank you. That episode for me was one of the most difficult ones that I've ever done. I couldn't be prouder of the outcome of it. I sent it to my mom and she told me I did a really good job with the montage at the end. It made her cry. I tried my best to recreate what I felt, you know, even more so what my mom felt going through this experience. It seems like maybe I accomplished that, so it makes me really, really happy. And again, thank you to everyone that's watched it. So the day after my grandmother's funeral, I had to go back to work, and so my mom agreed to come back with me for a couple of days. But before we left, we ended up spending a couple more hours with my family. I just had the greatest time. I cherished it that much more because of what we went through. We took a couple of pictures together, like legit family photos of me and my Korean family, and it was awesome. Not everyone is in the photo. My Korean family is actually very big, but we took photos of just whoever was left in the house. We went to a Korean buffet. The food was so good. I kept like going back for more plates. Towards the end when I was actually starting to get full, but I just wanted to eat more and more things, like my family was starting to look at me like I was crazy, and they were like, you know, we have to pay for that if you don't finish it. And I was like, ooh. I was like, okay, I won't get any more plates, so I just like sort of forced everything down. They helped me, of course, which was nice. After the buffet restaurant, it was time for everyone to part ways. My aunt dropped me and my mom off at the KTX station. This was my mom's first time riding KTX. It was nice for me and her to just have that chill time and to sort of reflect on everything that went on and to smile again. That's what I felt in that moment, and so I was just really thankful. And I was also very excited to show her, you know, my life in Busan and my home and my school. The next day, I had an open class at my school. An open class at a Korean school is basically a class taught in front of the students as normal, but there's also parents watching the class. I was assuming that there would be so many parents. We literally had 4 parents, and one of the parents was my own mom. The turnout wasn't that great, but it was fun for me to see my mom. I was so excited for her to be there. You know, so here's the thing. Since I first came here, I had only told Sonny that I was half Korean, and then later on I told my other co-teacher, Miss Bay, that I was half Korean. The reason why I haven't, you know, completely just told everybody is because Sonny said that she thought it would be a good idea that I kept that a secret because of something that happened to another epic like teacher. They found out that she was half and that she could also read and speak fluently, and so teachers that had certain tasks that were in Korean, they knew that she could take care of those things, and she didn't want people to use me like that. And I was like, well, I'm not fluent, so it's not like they could use me in that way. But she's very adamant about suggesting that we do keep it a secret, and it wasn't a big deal to me whether I tell people or whether I don't, so I was like, okay. So I just went along with it, but it became so much of an issue. Korean people, they fish things out. Like it's like they could smell when something is off or something like that. My mom's been to the school one time, and it was just for like 45 minutes. The class was 40 minutes and 5 minutes of her just walking around, and I introduced her to my other co-teacher. So this day was just so special. I was so proud and happy for my mom to, you know, be at the school. If I could, I would have like shown her off to everybody. We have a broadcast room where, you know, there's a camera set up where they do like morning announcements and stuff. I would have like sat down with her and been like, this is my mom, y'all, this is my mom. I was so excited for her to see my life here and for her to be at the school. I kept looking out the window, and then I saw her and a couple of the parents like sitting down on the benches. I was like, okay, the security guard and some of the parents are gonna see me like waving down to her, but I don't care. So I kept waving, and being as blind as she normally is, like she didn't see me, so I just kept doing it for like several minutes, and then eventually she saw me, and then she was like, and I was like, okay, all right, we're good. Eventually she comes in. We try to put on this fake act like, oh, you're one of the parents, like, oh, 안녕하세요, oh, nice to meet you, oh, okay. We do the open class, everything goes really well. My mom, like, she managed to get a couple of clips, like she was trying to film during it. So after that, I went and introduced my mom to Miss Bay. The connection that she had with Miss Bay was shockingly much stronger than the connection she had with Sonny. The second Miss Bay saw her, they were like holding each other like, oh, it's so nice to see you. I was like, do y'all know each other? Why are you both so excited and happy? And Miss Bay said some things in Korean, and my mom, like, actually her eyes like started to water. And I didn't mention this on my YouTube YouTube channel, but I mentioned it in a video journal. But several months ago, back in December, Miss Bay lost her father, and during that time I was helping her, trying to like take over her classes for her, and she only had a week off of work, and then after that she had to come back in, and I definitely didn't think that was enough time. And plus she keeps to herself a lot, so I was worried for her emotionally, so I tried to just constantly make her feel comforted. I even gave her like a blanket as a Christmas gift to remind her that she's like, you know, in safe hands, and hopefully the comfort reminds her that her dad is still with her, and sentimental things like that. I never knew like if it really helped her at all or not, but apparently that's what she told my mom, and she was like, he's a great teacher and all these things. And so for her to say all of these really nice things and to share it with my mom, it was very special and very meaningful, so I felt very thankful for that. Literally they met for like 5 minutes, but somehow they just opened up. They just connected so well, like right off the bat. And after that, my mom and I went to lunch with Sonny. We went to this bone soup place. I love bone soup. We were raised on bone soup. Because we were raised on it, I thought it was gonna be okay, but then we show up at the restaurant and my mom was like, I don't really like bone soup. And I was like, you've been cooking it for us for how long? Like, are you kidding me? And then she started saying like she wanted something, oh, sundae. I don't know if any of you guys know what sundae is, but it's disgusting. Apparently it's like blood sausage. It looks nasty, and the ones that I've had taste nasty, and it's just not good. It's just, unappetizing. But that's all she wanted. It's like she was a different person. So we had the lunch. Sonny and I have to go back to school. So we go back to school, and there's this guy. He's the PE teacher at my school. When I first met him, when we had the faculty dinner at the Raw Fish place, he came up to me and we had our very first conversation, and he was so nice and welcoming and sympathetic to my situation, and was just like, you know, do you miss your family? And he was very adamant about seeing a picture of my parents, and now I realize why. Because he wanted to know if my mom was Korean or not. And I guess maybe people just sort of assumed, or they had a feeling or an inkling like very early on. That Ida Park episode, although it was recently posted, like that took place months ago. That was back in November, and I completely forgot that he had asked me for that. Again, thinking about what Sonny said, I tried to act like my Facebook didn't work. I was like, oh, okay, well let me try to find, oh, it's not working, sorry. But yeah, he was just very sympathetic, tried to like get me to open up about my life, which, I mean, I had nothing to hide, but when he started asking for pictures specifically of my parents, I was like, no. Every time he wants to ask me something about my life, he gets more and more aggressive. There's a school assembly and the teachers all get together. Because I didn't have a vacation in winter, I decided to use 2 of my vacation days with the 2 consecutive Fridays coming up. Normally this is not allowed, but the principal understood my situation. So it was known throughout the school that this is what I was doing. This PE teacher, he approaches me when Sunny's not around, because normally when she's around, she'll like, you know, make him go away. But he approaches me alone, and not even, oh, hi, or how are you? He straight up comes up to me and he's like, why are you taking vacation on Friday? Hi, hello. I was so shocked by how abrasive his questioning was, and his face was just so serious. Like he had to know the answer like now. So I just stared at him and I was like, well, I didn't take a vacation in winter time, so I wanted to take a vacation this Friday and next Friday. And he was like, where are you going? Well, I'm kind of traveling around Korea. Like I'm trying to be really nice and understanding and try to act like he's not being crazy right now. So I'm just traveling around Korea, you know, just seeing new and different things, that's all. And he was like, with who? At this point, I was trying so hard not to either A, laugh in his face, or B, punch his face. No, I'm just kidding. No, I was actually, it was weird because it was funny, but it was not funny at the same time. Most people knew that there was a death in my family, and that's why I wasn't at school. But as far as me taking off vacation, people were, I guess, a little bit confused. And also, the only reason why I would need to take off for a grandparent passing away is if they were somehow here in Korea. And so I think a lot of people were thinking, this is relative, a Korean person, like what's going on? And then on top of that, I think people kind of knew that possibly Mr. Ross's mom was in the school today, and some people may have seen her and some people may not have. And so he just wanted to like fish the answers out of me, but I was not. Of all people, I would definitely never tell him. And then at that point, Sonny came up smiling like, what's going on? But she knew exactly what was going on. She spoke to him in Korean, and in Korean I could actually understand, but he was like, yeah, but I want to know, like, who is he going with? He's like spending time with somebody. She was like, no, you know, what he does is his business. And then he just kind of looked at me and was like, oh, And then he walked away and I was like, after he left, like me and Sonny looked at each other like, we were shocked. Like that was the first time he was ever so adamant about it. But yeah, at that point, Sonny told me that the vice principal had approached her and was like, I'm going to pretend that I didn't know Gabriel's mom was here today. And Sonny had no idea what to say about that. And then the vice principal walked away and that was it. Does that mean I was supposed to introduce them? Or is she mad about it? Or I don't understand what that's supposed to mean. To this day, I still don't know what that's supposed to mean. It was just a whole bunch of like weird and awkward drama and confrontations for no reason. Next time my mom comes, maybe I should just make a sign that says I am Mr. Ross's mom and that's it. My mom and I, we had about one day left. We went to the movies, we saw London Has Fallen, which was, it was decent. She wanted to shop for a hanbok for my niece, and hanbok is the Korean traditional dress, and they make ones for little kids, and we went to a couple of stores, but my mom, she whipped out this hustling version of herself, and out of nowhere, I've never seen it in my life. She's never had to do it in America, but here, she was really going back and forth with these prices with these people, and then it's like, oh, I only have this amount of cash, what's possible, what can we do? And just creating these situations and trying to force their hand, but then they know what she's doing, and so they're trying to one-up her, but then she seems to keep one-upping them. And it was so awkward that it would even get to the point where the worker would actually start to laugh, and then my mom would laugh, and then they would both get serious again. But my mom ended up getting the prices she wanted, so I guess it worked. And then my mom was starting to get really sick. I wanted so desperately to show her so many other things in Busan, but we ended up having to stay at home. We tried to get Papa John's. After purchasing Papa John's, my mom was all of a sudden like, I don't think I want pizza. And I was like, what is it with you and food while you're here? It's like I don't know who you are. I took her to Mom's Touch. Surprisingly, actually, ever since the owner met my mom, whenever I go in by myself, he gives me a huge thing of fries for free on top of the waffle fries that I get. And I'm like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. The last 3 times that I've gone, every single time he's given me the free fries. I was like, oh, that's so nice. After we got Mom's Touch, she didn't want to eat a whole bunch of things, so I had her try a piece of the sandwich, and even though she was deathly sick, she did say that the chicken was good. It is considered fast food, but they always cook the stuff fresh. We just sort of used the rest of our time to watch American Idol. My mom really liked La Portia. Unfortunately, she didn't win, but oh well. The next day, we meet up with my aunt Hwaja and then my other aunt Yunja Imo. She gave me a haircut, and then from there, we actually went back to my grandma's grave. They had engraved their names and their birthdays into the plaques. I think a couple of days later, they went back again. They saw they had decorated it. My mom doesn't always send the clearest pictures, so it's a little bit blurry, but you can see the final decorations for what the grave looks like, and it's really beautiful, and the colors are just very vibrant. It just matches the whole rest of the cemetery that's there. So that made my family very happy too. It was interesting going back and seeing my grandma's grave, to see the names written in there and to see everything settling in. It just reminded me of how much we were able to, I don't know, it just sort of reminded me of everything that we went through with the funeral experience and how much we got through together as a family. It didn't bring me sadness, it just brought on more of a sense of peace and happiness and love. Seeing my mom and my aunt looking at the grave and seeing how everything was coming together, there wasn't a sense of sadness on them either. It made me very happy. So that's where I'm going to end this video. So next time, there's something that I got to do that I haven't done in 24 years, and we somehow managed to meet a prince. Definitely stay tuned for that episode. I look forward to seeing you guys next time, and thank you so much again to those of you that watched the funeral episode. I really appreciate that. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Definitely be sure to subscribe. It helps me out so much. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Zuff678. Be yourself, love yourself, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Alright, bye. I was a complete mess. I was really just torn up to see and hear my mom, cry out for her mom and say, oh mom, and, just tears coming down. And it was almost like my mom was a little kid again, and she just wanted to see her mom one more time.